What's up, YouTube and the car throttle community? I go by the name of Car Craftsman. The other day I put up a post basically begging for upvotes, but I said if I got 20 upvotes that I'd show you how I came to make my jack stand look as good as it does, and I got more than 20, so actually I got more than 40. I owe you a video. So we got just a regular jack stand here. I'm going to show you what it takes to prepare this surface to receive paint to the point where it's not going to flake off and not going to give you any problems. And I'm also going to show you a couple techniques to get a finish that you could use on just about anything. I think this came out pretty good, and it definitely looks pretty cool. The paints we're going to use is a single stage urethane. Single stage means you don't need to put a clear coat on it to make it really shiny, but I'm going to show you how to go the extra mile to really achieve the best surface and best outcome the way I know how to do it. Of course, with that single stage urethane, you're going to need a urethane activator, and we're going to go with a chroma base color here. It's a base coat, just a regular base coat, and this is a cobalt orange color, and I've also topped that cobalt orange with a little bit of candy that you could see through. This was just a prop for one of my other projects here. And then we're going to put this candy on top. It's candy concentrate. You add it to your clear coat, spray it. It looks beautiful. Yeah, no further ado, coming at you.
This is what you're going to need to prep the surface sandpaper wise. Got 400, 220 on a DA. Got an interface pad there too. It's just to make it a little bit softer, smoother. By hand, 220, 320. 400, 600, higher the number, the smoother you're going to get it. Then you get all your glossy spots there with a Scotch-Brite pad, and scuff stuff is some of my favorite stuff. You're going to see me sit down here and really get this orange peel off of the original finish. Some places I'm sanding it down to metal with this 220. I'm using a block to make sure that it's flat as you can get it, really. This is really time consuming. This is why I use my DA. This segment right here took 20 minutes just with the 220. So this is why auto body costs so much. It's very time consuming. It's hard work. But I really want to get it flat with that 220, so when I get to 400 here, all I'm going to do is make it smooth. You could actually see it getting smoother there as I'm sanding it. That 220 just gets smoothed out by the 400, and you're good. Now I'm using a single stage paint here, so 400 is really going to be okay because it's thick. But if you're using just a regular base coat, you're going to want to prime first. Scuff stuff, my favorite stuff. Put it on like toothpaste. This has got an abrasion to it. It's got like sandy, gritty stuff. And then this is going to get into all those places you just can't reach with anything other than a brush. So I like to scrub those places away first. And then you're going to see me get a Scotch-Brite pad here and finish cleaning the rest of the jack stand. Now I know I'm going a little above and beyond just for this jack stand, but I kind of wanted to show you how I really prep this for paint, because you could use this for painting a car, just about anything. Do it, do it, do it, do it. This is how I had them set up to paint. Those arms really got in the way, so I had to figure out a way to lift them off of the painting surface so they didn't hit and mess up the wet paint, obviously. 3-to-1 Kirker acrylic urethane enamel. This is one of the techniques that I wanted to show you. This is getting the details first. Some of those hard to reach areas You want to adjust your gun so you got a fine mist coming out of it. You want to hit those areas that aren't easy to hit. That way when you're going across, to make your top coat nice on all the flatter areas, you don't have to worry about hitting some of those harder to reach areas. It'll make sense in a little bit, trust me. This is where you can see the areas that I hit on the first coat. Just all those areas where it's hard to get in those angles and really make a nice appearance. Now you can see I'm going flat basically across the top of the surface that I want painted now, and I'm not getting those details. One of the things that allows you to do too is this urethane likes to stick to itself, and it creates a sticky surface, and that paint will stick to itself really nice. So when you just even get some overspray over your project, it helps with runs and the paint sticking. This is our first coat of silver. This looks covered, but it's definitely not covered. You can see through that pretty good. When it comes to single stage, 2 coats is pretty much what you want to really leave on there. It's 2 thick coats, and you want it wet on wet. I'm trying to get this whole surface wet here now, including all the detail areas, and you'll see me dial in the gun back from doing the detail areas where I have a little pinhole to right here, getting my fan back where I can cover a larger surface in less time. Like I said, with this single stage, you want it to get wet across the whole surface for this last coat. This is fully covered. Didn't lay out too nice for me. If I would have done one more reduced wet coat, I could have got that single stage to lay out a little bit nicer. Here we're switching to the Nason. This is just a regular automotive base coat. I just wanted to do a simple fade here. This paint's got a lot of gold pearl in it, which looks really good underneath candy coat. No matter what color you have for a top coat, it's really gonna stand out and glow. You can see that it's almost glowing in the first coat here. Second fade coat. Turned down the fluid a little bit and opened up the fan to try to get it to fade out a little bit more. I didn't do too good of a job, but it looks alright, I guess. I like it. Alright, from there, 4 parts clear, 1 part activator. Mix that up. Get a separate cup. Put a little bit of your candy in there. Stir that up. And you're going to use this candy to start off with. That's what I got. That's me. And I'm going to follow the fade technique that I've been using. Try to get this candy to spread that fade out a little bit more, just because you can see through it. It's going to kind of blend in with the top, that silver. So I just want a gradual fade, nice little gradient. first coat of candy is kind of milky looking. You really need some depth to it for it to stand out. If you're just spraying this as a top coat, it doesn't really stand out. Candy doesn't stand out until you get a couple layers of clear on top of it. Here I am spraying another fade coat of candy. We're just going to do 2 coats of that. And because this silver is the urethane and I'm hitting the right flash times, this last coat of clear that we have coming up, it's going to stick to that really nice. And I'm not worried about runs after putting on a heavy coat. Just worried about getting the whole thing wet at one time. That's really going to add some depth to this candy. You'll see that here at the end. So this is just straight up clear coat. You want to cover it all. You want to get it completely wet here at this end. Obviously not so wet that you get runs. This is me celebrating. This is 1 coat of clear, laid out pretty nice. I thinned it out just a little bit to try to get the best top coat I could. This urethane's kind of hard to work with too. Once you start spraying it, it always stays gummy. You can't really tack it off in between coats. There it is. I like it. Well, tell me what you think in the comment section anyway. Did you like it? Was it entertaining? If I get enough likes here, I'm going to show you how to do this next project. Completely took apart this jack and put a custom paint job on that. So I don't know, maybe if I get a whole lot of likes here, I'll make that video. Thanks for watching.